Hi everyone, welcome back to rawsynergytv. I've had a lot of requests lately to talk about the importance of sleep. Sleep is just as critical as eating, breathing, getting regular exercise, and it does wonders for the body. Unfortunately, our society is overstressed and underslept. Sleep deprivation can cause many illnesses, such as cardiovascular diseases like hypertension and stroke, and it can also cause diabetes, weight gain, and obesity. People who don't sleep well have poor regulation of the hormones that control appetite and hunger. Studies have even shown that people who don't get adequate sleep don't live as long as those who do. Sleep-deprived people cannot focus their attention effectively and don't perform well. Because of this, 1 out of 5 car accidents are related to people who are underslept and are feeling very drowsy. Drug and alcohol-related car crashes equal the number of drowsy-related car crashes. One of the interesting things that I learned while studying about the importance of sleep is that sleep actually helps us to retain the information that we learned on a particular day. So on a day when you're going to school and you're learning a bunch of new information, if you get a really good night's sleep that night, your body helps to solidify that information to memory so much better than if you get poor sleep or limited sleep on a day like that. So if you're learning an instrument or a language or any kind of new information or new activity, getting a good night's sleep on the night that you've learned that new information will help you to solidify that information and remember it better. A Stanford University study found that college football players that tried to get at least 10 hours of sleep a night for 7 to 8 weeks improved their average sprint time, had less daytime fatigue, and more stamina. Another study found that college students that didn't sleep enough had worse grades than those who did. Lack of sleep can contribute to depression. You get more emotional stability with a good night's sleep. It helps to alleviate moodiness and decrease anxiety. So how much sleep do we need? It really depends on the individual. It depends on your daily activity level, on your stress levels, on the state of health of your body, and so many other factors. So each person is going to be different. A great way to tell if you're getting enough sleep is how you feel when you wake up in the morning. If you wake up refreshed, alert, and ready to go, you're probably getting enough sleep. If, however, you wake up and you feel groggy, you're not ready to get out of bed, and you don't feel like you can function as well during the day, you likely may need more sleep. And it's also possible that if you're oversleeping, you may need less sleep. So you really need to experiment and see the number of hours that work best for you. I know for me, if I don't get enough sleep, I am definitely more cranky, a little bit more edgy, and I just don't feel my best. I also find that my vision gets pretty blurry if I don't get enough sleep. It affects my appetite, and I think I do best around 9 to 10 hours. But unfortunately, I don't always get that. So I'm like the rest of the world where I really need to focus on getting more sleep for myself. So what if you have trouble sleeping? A lot of people do. And a lot of people are so overstressed and overworked that they're not taking the time to sleep. And then even the people who do take the time to sleep, because their lives are so hectic and they have so much going on, it's really hard for them to fall asleep or to stay asleep once they've fallen asleep. There are some tips that you can incorporate into your life to try to help you to fall asleep easier, to stay asleep when you do fall asleep. Some of the things that can really help are when it starts to get close to your bedtime, to lower the lights in your house or in your room to more of a dim, relaxing level. Bright lights can tend to energize us and stimulate us, and a lower light level can make a big difference in helping your body to prepare for sleep. You can also light candles, play some soothing, relaxing music, read a book, do some relaxing and deep breathing, try a little bit of meditation, and just bring your thoughts down from working on the computer or watching action adventure type of television or movies. Really focus yourself in getting in a relaxed state. After all, sleep is really about the ability to relax and let go. It's really important to make sure that your room is as dark as it possibly can be for best sleep. And it's also very helpful to have the room be a really comfortable temperature, whether that's cool enough to sleep, say during the summer, or warm enough to sleep during the winter. If you do find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, it's so important not to stress, not to think, oh my gosh, it's only 1 o'clock and I have a meeting to go to in the morning, or I have school and I have to get up early, and to panic in that way. It's so much better to just observe, it's 1 o'clock. I need to really get to sleep, and I'm just going to close my eyes and try to go back to sleep. And really not let yourself get caught up in the time or anything that's going on around you. Really try to stay calm and relaxed. If you do find that you can't go back to sleep, sometimes it does help to get up and maybe read for a while or do something relaxing and calming to try to get yourself back into a space of feeling tired again. If you're one of those people who gets into bed and suddenly your mind races with lists of things that you need to do, things that you need to remember, the best thing to do is get up and make a list. Because all those things swirling around in your head that feel like 60 different things that you need to remember and do, when you end up writing them down, sometimes it's usually only about 5 or 6 things. And once you get them down on paper, you know that they're there and that you'll remember them in the morning because it's there. And you can then go and relax and allow yourself to fall asleep and not have all those things swimming around that are trying to keep your attention so that you remember them. And then you know they're on paper now, and now you can relax and let it go. It can also help to add to the list anything that's bothering you, because oftentimes things that are bothering you are going to keep you awake at night. And if you can write it out and get it out, it will really help. In addition, as we've all heard before, it's so important not to go to bed angry or with any resentment towards anyone or with unresolved issues, if possible. It's a really good idea to go to bed happy. And if you can just, at night before you fall asleep, just think of maybe 3 things that you're grateful for before falling asleep. That will also help set the tone for a really great night's sleep and help you to wake up happier and more refreshed and feeling really good. It can also really help if you're one of those people who have a really hard time sleeping at night. not to sleep during the day, because then that makes it even more difficult to sleep during the night. If you can, avoid sleeping during the day and keep those regular sleep hours, and then hopefully you'll be able to sleep better during the night because you're not sleeping during the day and you're allowing your body to get really tired, and hopefully you'll sleep really well at night. For a lot of people who have trouble sleeping, just the stress of thinking about going to sleep then creates this stir of activity inside you. Your heart gets going, your anxiety levels rise, and that makes it really hard to go to sleep. A lot of people end up taking sleep aids to help them to sleep, which unfortunately are just a band-aid, and it's really important to find out why you're not sleeping well, to get down to the root cause so that you can get past it without having to use those sleep aids, because those can really cause a problem down the line, and they're really not healthy for you. So that's why it's really important to relax, do calming, relaxing activities before bedtime, not to stress yourself out about going to bed, and really take the pressure off. Having regular sleep and wake times can also help a lot, especially because a lot of people have regular sleep and wake times during the week, and then on the weekends they tend to sleep in, which throws their cycle off. If you get up at the same time every morning and go to bed at the same time every night, including on weekends, that really helps your body to get into a regular schedule of sleep and wake times and get your body comfortable with those times. And that will help you to fall asleep easier and help you to wake up refreshed. Getting a good night's sleep really helps you to be effective during the day. It helps your memory, it helps your motor skills, and helps you to just really function at an optimum level. People who are sleep deprived have more accidents, they have poor memory, and they're far less effective at everything that they do. So if you're not getting enough sleep, do yourself a favor and start getting plenty of sleep, because your body is going to thank you and you're going to see major improvements in your life. So don't put it off any longer. Tonight is the night. So that's it for this edition of Raw Synergy TV. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.